What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we got some big news as the Winnipeg Jets trade forward Rutger McGroarty to the Pittsburgh Penguins for forward Brayden Yager, and this is a very even deal in my opinion. I think both teams win here. Maybe the Penguins come out ahead a little bit in terms of ceiling, but overall I really like this deal for both teams. It's been known for a while now that Rutger McGroarty was not planning on signing with the Winnipeg Jets. Obviously, he plays in the NCAA, and he can control his destiny. If he doesn't want to sign with the Jets, he doesn't have to. He can walk to free agency, he can play out his college career, and sign with whoever offers him a contract. With Yager, on the other hand, he cannot. He's traded to Winnipeg, and he will be, another year in junior. We'll talk about that later. But Brayden Yager is a Winnipeg Jet, a centerman. We'll get to all the Rutger stuff in just a moment, but I really like Brayden Yager. I was very high on him when he was drafted. I was hoping that he would fall to the Jets in the 2023 draft when they had the 18th overall pick, but Pittsburgh scooped him up with the 14th overall pick. One interesting thing is that Yager was picked 14th overall, and so was Rutger McGroarty, but just a year earlier in the 2022 draft by, of course, the Winnipeg Jets. And yeah, really weird how it all went down. Kevin Cheveldayoff talked about it today and basically said, we had talks with his agent, said that something didn't feel right with, Rutger and playing in Winnipeg. He talked to Rutger and he couldn't give him a straight answer on what it really was. And at the end of the day, I think he just wanted to play in a bigger market and, play NHL minutes. So, all the power to Rutger. I'm not mad at him or anything. I think he could have, maybe done this maybe a little bit more maturely. I think that he could have, maybe talked to Kevin and been straight with him from the jump, but, it is what it is. And now the Jets have Brayden Yegar, and I think that he is honestly probably a better fit with this team. I don't really see a weakness in his game. I think he's just really good at everything. I don't think that he's like an elite player or anything. I don't think he's going to be a first-line center in the league or anything, maybe a low-end one, but I think that he is definitely going to be a really solid second liner, and at the worst you've got like a really responsible third liner, right? He can make some plays. He had an incredible year in junior as an assistant captain with the Moose Jaw Warriors this past year. In 57 games he put up 95 points, 35 goals, 60 assists. He was pretty damn good. In the World Juniors for Canada, he played 5 games, put up 5 points. The guy is a baller, the guy works hard, and he's going to fit in perfect here in Winnipeg. At just 19 years old, though, he will be going back to junior. Can't play in the AHL. He misses the cutoff by like 2 days, essentially. You have to be 20 by the time the calendar flips to be able to play in the AHL, and he will be 19 until January 3rd. So, it kind of sucks for him, but he's going to go dominate in junior once again, unless somehow he miraculously makes the Jets, which is not going to happen, spoiler alert. As for Rutger, he comes into a situation with the Penguins where they can definitely use him. Not the fastest forward. Again, I really like Rutger McGroarty's game. I think that he's going to be a very good player. Probably a mid to low end first line player, maybe just, a really decent second liner. We'll see how his career unfolds, but he's very creative, but his speed definitely does hold him back. There hasn't been dramatic improvement from what I could see anyway, from the time he was drafted, but, there's slow players in the league. Tyler Toffoli exists, and look what he does, right? So can't really say it's all about speed in his game. He's big, he can get in the corners, he's gritty. Penguins got a good one there, and hey, he's going to have a great career. Hats off to Rutger McGroarty. But again, probably, could have handled it a little bit more maturely, but again, is what it is. Yager's not going to be on the Jets for a couple of seasons here, so he's got some time to marinate. Doesn't really matter. He's got some guys in front of him that are probably more ready anyway, like Brad Lambert, Nikita Chibrikov, and maybe some other guys in there as well. But yeah, he's going to be a good player. I'm excited to see him when he does eventually make the Jets. The Saskatoon product, not too far from home there, so that's a bonus for him. Talked about him, playing in Winnipeg, and he's pretty pumped. Yeah, he likes the atmosphere, he likes the fans, so hey, maybe he'll stick around. Maybe he won't want out like Rutger. We'll see what happens in the future here. But no, I really like this trade. I think it's extremely fair. You get a guy that's a year younger than Rutger McGroarty, exact same pick, but maybe fits your mold and, the style of your team a little bit better than maybe Rutger does. And being a center, guys are very valuable. The Jets are going to need some centers to explode and be, very good in the future here, because I don't really know if they have currently a number one centerman in the system right now. Maybe Brad Lambert ends up being that guy. I think he's probably going to be more of a low-end 1C. You know, if he really does reach his potential, maybe he explodes, I don't know. But they're going to need somebody to do this here because Mark Scheifele's 31 years old. He's been the first-line center for really as long as I can remember here. And, yeah, I don't know. Jets got to start getting ready to find the next one because Mark Scheifele is not getting any younger. But again, you got to give it to Kevin Cheveldayoff. Time and time again, this guy comes out swinging when his back's up against the wall. With the Line A thing, he got Pierre-Luc Dubois. At the time, Dubois was a very sought-after centerman. Still is, but, you know, everything that's gone on with him, we'll talk about them next week. I'm going to, you know, make a video about that. But again, then he went through that fiasco with Dubois, where Dubois had all the leverage seemingly, and somehow he pulled out a massive package that included Gabe Vilardi, Iafallo, a pick, and Rasmus Kupari, right? Like, this was massive at the time. I couldn't believe it. Shocked the hockey world, honestly. The Jets fleeced the Kings, and the Kings end up shipping Dubois off to Washington for a aging goaltender with a big cap hit not even a season later. So, you know, gotta give it to him, man. The guy does his best work when he's under pressure. Kevin Cheveldayoff, you gotta respect it, man. That's some insane work. So Rutger's going to go help the Penguins right now. He's probably more NHL ready, definitely more NHL ready than Brayden Yager is, being a year older and just a bigger body as of right now. And that's totally fine. Yager's going to be, you know, probably 2 to 3 years out. That's all good. Right now, the Jets are probably in a position where they're going to be taking a step back, and it doesn't really, you know, bother me too much because I think that integrating the youth here is the best option. I know they wanted to get a second-line center in free agency. They were really trying, but Perfetti needs to get paid, so does Gabe Vilardi. They need to make a decision on Nikolai Ehlers this offseason, and then they need to think about Kyle Connor. So where is this team going? I'm not really sure right now. I don't really know what kind of route they're going, but I do know that the Jets, you know, famously are not interested in rebuilds. So we'll see where this takes us, but very encouraging to see the Jets make a, you know, not a great situation, losing one of your best prospects, if not your best prospect in the system, and turning it into Brayden Yager, who's, you know, not really a step down at all from Rutger McGroarty. I think they're both going to have very good careers when it's all said and done. But that's all I got for you guys today. What do you guys think about the trade? Do you like Brayden Yager? I don't know. Are you just totally devastated to see Rutger go? I want to hear your thoughts down below. I know a lot of you are not big fans of Rutger and how he handled the situation. But again, sound off below. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next one. Go Jets, go. Bye-bye.